I'm going to record it, the call. So
Okay.
let's demonstrate with Sophia's account. So you tell me where you would like me. Oh, did I do screen share yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, here's Sophia. She's my personally enrolled. She is on my team, and this is her account.
Okay, scroll down. She used to be an executive?
Yes, and she fell off. Now she has
Okay.
active consultants, and she would like to get back for the reset.
Okay, so let's go down. I mean, this is like a two-pronged thing. Show me one of her people who is not an executive, but who you think may have enrolled 10 people or more. Or five, even 5 people.
Okay, so that would be Joyce. Joyce enrolled.
Okay, scroll down. Okay, not a good example because she only has 3 active people. Try to find someone who has maybe at least 5 active people.
That's going to be tough. All her people fall off. I'll show you somebody else. This is what happens. We don't get them paid, and so they fall off.
Yeah.
Quickly. Isabella, you promised me you would be good. Get her out of the bath and put on pajamas. So this is my friend Vicky. She was an executive and she fell off. Okay.
Okay. Scroll down. And does she have anyone who's enrolled 5 people or more?
Yes, Jillian Yates. Isabella, get in here now. Get in here.
Okay, there's 4. So she's not a good example either. Okay, here, let's go back to your executive. Let's do it with your executive.
Sorry, Lindsay.
You're fine.
So yeah, this is what happens. Like they enroll because nobody's getting paid. People fall off. Let me see if I could find somebody else on Vicky's team. So I want to find someone who has 5 active. So let me check Amber. Okay, Amber's.
Oh, here we go. This is good. Okay. So we're going to look at Amber. Where'd she go?
Where did she go? That's a good, okay, let me close Jillian's and then I will show you Amber. Okay, here's Amber. Here she is.
Okay. So I need to see a little bit more about her screen. Like go down. I'm looking for how many people she has to work with here.
Okay, Amber was a 1-star silver director. She has 193 in volume sitting there. Amber has all these people.
Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay. So, and Amber only has 1 consultant currently, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
active.
we're going to first look at Shanna. So click on Shanna's blue numbers. And scroll up so you can see the BV chart. She doesn't have any, okay, scroll down again so I can see the whole thing. Thanks.
Yeah, why doesn't she have any if she's active?
Because she's a preferred customer since September 2017, so she's not banking any volume.
Okay, so Amber needs to have that call with her.
Yeah. Same problem with Brianna. Brianna's going to be 0s, and same problem with Kirsten. Kirsten's going to be 0s. Look how much BV they're ordering. They're doing their clients such a disservice by not getting them to put in their socials, because if she's really buying about 344 BV every single month, she could have thousands of banked volume.
Wow. Okay.
So this is all about being, giving your client the best service. So go back down. We're going to find someone on her team who it works for.
Okay, so we've got Vicky, there's Amber. So we're looking back at Amber's list. So here's Amber's. So for instance, I think Christine is.
Let's look at Mary Thompson.
Okay, Mary Thompson.
Scroll up.
9,000. She's an associate. She has 9,000 sitting there in volume.
So she went inactive recently. So she's not a great example. So let's look at for someone else.
How can you tell that she went inactive recently?
Because she's been a member since May 19 of 2016, and my members since May have like, at least, 500,000 BV banked. So you see where on February 18th, she didn't place her order last month for 100 BV, so she lost all of her volume.
Wow.
So scroll down past Mary. Let's look past Mary.
Dana.
Yeah, see, this is a major gap in your organization right here. Not getting people, not having them as associates, and then not having them keep their active. They're active at 100 BV. So she doesn't have any holding volume. Has she enrolled people?
Who? Amber?
Dana.
No, she's just a consultant. Not so much.
So she falls in and out of activity here.
Well, it looks like she's enrolled a few, but they all fell off because nobody's having these conversations.
Okay, so let's look at Sally. We gotta find an example. Oh, here's a good example. Yay! Okay, so you say to Amber, hey Amber, how would you like to get back to executive? Let's see what we have to work with here. And you're gonna actually go through her back office before you even have this conversation with her, because I make sure that I'm very, very, very well aware. The only time I wasn't aware of what was going on in the back office was with Cindy, because she is on my team. Like, I could have looked it up, but I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't think to. But you're going to go through every single person in her organization, and you're going to figure out who you can create as a consultant fairly easily. So right here, this is Sally is her name?
Yes.
Sally. Sally has 488 holding volume right here, plus 823 on her left sales team. So she actually, it looks like she either has enrolled someone on her left, or she maybe even was a consultant at one point.
Yes, that's correct.
So 488 BV plus 823 equals 1311. You divide that by 300, and it's 4 cycles. So she calls Sally. And let's see who Sally's enrolled.
Sally has enrolled a few, but it has not been for quite some time. Sally has enrolled. They all go inactive, Lindsay.
Okay. So Sally has, what the conversation what I would say to Sally is, hey, Sally, I see that you have 4 cycles banked, which is $216. And I know that you shared with some people, but some of them have gone inactive. There's a couple of ways to get that BV. Now, okay, now I'm thinking, Angela, if Amber was already an executive at some point, yes?
I don't believe she was. I believe her enrolling sponsor was. She was a director.
Okay, so we're looking to best serve Amber here. So Amber, if she was a director, she needs to get back to executive so that she can get the $2,000 bonus, right? So what we're looking for is we're looking to make it pretty easy for her to get back. So Sally would definitely be one of my examples. And like I said, I would be super clear about what she has available before I even call her. I would be looking through each of these scenarios and seeing how hard it would be to get her back to that status. So I would say Sally has 4 banked cycles, and she really only needs actually it looked like 10 BV or something to get back to activity. Click on her people again, Sally's people.
Sally only needs 1 more person on the left.
No, but she has 60 plus. Oh, she needs a person on her right. So yeah. I would say, Sally, if you want $216, you literally just need to find 1 person for your right. Who have you been chatting with who's kind of ready to go? Because we can get you that $216 like that. Like, let's just make that happen for you. Okay.
Got it.
Now,
Now let
very,
me,
very,
yeah.
what's that?
I just want to see if I understand. So I'm clicking on all the pluses. This one has nobody. This one has nobody. All of a sudden I see Guillermo, who's signed up too. And then, I can, oh, come on. And then I click on Guillermo's volume. And then no. And then I would see under Guillermo's volume what's going on there. Is it only for people who have signed up 5, Lindsay, or can I do it with people that have signed up 2?
You can do it with anybody.
Okay.
But the whole purpose is to get Amber back to executive and get Amber paid.
So,
but along the way, Angela, you're really going to have to fix this problem of people not converting preferred customers to associates. And
we have Guillermo, same thing. He's got about 4 cycles sitting there. So she can reach out to Guillermo and say the same thing. She can say, look, get Monica to order another, 60, 58 points worth, and you cash in on $200, 4 cycles.
Yeah.
That would get her another one.
Now listen. This is how I talk to these people. Let me see Amber's back office again.
We're in there now.
Okay, she's got 2 pages of people and she's not even an executive. Like, honestly, Angela, this is like, it's just such a gap. And so this is why I say to Angela, Angela.
Whose problem is this, Lindsay? Is this my problem? I mean, certainly it's my problem, but my people are not doing this. They're not.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the verbiage that I use with people, because there's 2 gaps. One gap is they're not teaching their people how to share at all. Like they're just not, period. So that's the first gap. The second gap is they're not teaching their people how to bank volume. And if you want to be able to have a conversation with someone and motivate them to share, you have to teach them how to keep their volume. So this is the kind of thing I say. I say, hey, so-and-so, I noticed that you haven't become an associate. You order about 300 BV every month. If you were an associate and you were banking that 300 BV every single month, within a few months, you would have about $200 worth of volume banked that you could pay out on if you simply just found 2 people to share with. And I'm not talking like doing a power post. I'm talking like your dad and your best friend, like 2 people that who would totally do this. Yeah. And I want this to make sense for you. And you're clearly ordering a lot of product, and I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't show you how you can simply be getting your products paid for every single month. Because when you are a consultant, that 300 BV that you're ordering every month would pay you $54 every month. It's like an additional like kickback from Isagenix.
Yeah, you're getting your food for free, because if they're ordering and they're getting a cycle and it's $54 a cycle, I mean, they're going to get basically their products paid for. But how do I clean up this problem? How do I?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, you are literally going to have a conversation with every single person, and you're going to have to open their back office with them just like this, and you're going to have to show them, forget about the zeros. The zeros are gone. They're dead. It's like, we're not resurrecting people. But you're going to have to show them the gaps, all the people that they didn't change to associates and they kept as preferred customers, and that they have to get that changed over like now. And then you're going to show them every single person's banked volume, and you're going to say, does this person want $216? Does this person want, what's 5 cycles, $270? Does this person want this? Does this person want that? And you're going to say, look, if you get all these people to do this month, you'll get a $2,000 bonus for executive. And you're also doing these people a favor by getting them paid. And guess what? When people get paid, they're happy and they retain their accounts and they're happy customers. And then you cast this vision. You say, imagine for a moment, Amber, if every single one of these people who are active, because she had a good 20 people who are active, you say, imagine for a moment, Amber, what your cycles would look like, Amber, if every single one of these people shared with 2 people. What would that do for your cycles?
Yeah.
And you cast that vision for why she wants to do this. But there's a huge gap, and it looks like it's with everyone in your organization. Nobody is doing this, not a single person. They're not serving their customers at all. They're not serving their customers. They're only thinking about the enrollment and just whatever, the PIB. I don't know, but guess what? The PIB is not where the money's at. That's not residual income.
Yeah.
Residual income is retaining your customers and having them eat for free so that you can blow up your business. Like Angela, like, I mean, honey, I hate to say this to you because you're an incredible, incredible leader, but you would be like a 15-star by now if you had duplicated this from the very beginning. You've enrolled like 800 people. Just as like a comparison note, like how many times did you cycle last week?
Think about 100.
Okay, Angela, you have 25,000 people in your organization. I have 9,000. I cycled 165 times last week.
Yeah, crazy. So this is something that I have to implement and teach to consultant by consultant, and then to their team and to their people, and so on and so forth.
Well, you can't take responsibility for their whole teams. You can take responsibility for the people you enrolled, and you can teach the people that you enrolled. And then you have to teach them what's in it for them, right? What's in it for them is that they are going to double or maybe even triple their cycles.
Can you look at this hair, by the way?
Oh, so cute. Hi.
She looks like little orphan Annie. Okay, so yes, I totally get it. So can I show you one more example just to make sure?
Yeah, but listen to this. Listen to this. If you are helping every single person in your organization double or triple their cycles, what's going to happen to yours?
Yeah, I know. I would double and triple mine, but for me, more important is that the people that have been with me for so long, I want them getting paid.
They will. That's what you're doing when you do this, is you're getting them paid. You're increasing their cycles, and a natural occurrence is you increasing yours. I swear to you, Angela, I'm not kidding. I totally challenge you to not enroll a single person for an entire month and just do this. Set up back-to-back appointments. It takes about an hour. It takes about an hour to comb through everyone's back office and to cast the vision. You have to be prepared when you're having these conversations with them to show them step by step how to do it. You have to tell them every single person to create an associate. You have to tell them every single person they're going to make a consultant. You have to be prepared and ready to show them and cast the vision and blow their mind that if they do this, not only are they going to get the crystal reset money, but they're going to double or triple their cycles. And if they consistently do this practice, if they consistently create consultants, what that looks like for their business in the future. And then you have to do that with every single person in your organization. It'll take days. It'll take days. I challenge you to only spend your time doing this. And you can go back to enrolling later, but you have so many people in your organization that if you just did this alone, you would literally you would triple your cycles easily. Like, I can't even believe right now that I cycled more times than you last month. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah. So I know it's crazy, and worst off is that they're following my patterns. So I want to break it and teach them right now more effectively. The issue is that we never learned this. We never had this. I have no upline support. And corporate.
I didn't either. I taught this to myself. And the reason I taught it to myself was out of desperation, because I didn't have anyone enrolling on my team either. I'm on an inside leg to someone who doesn't enroll. She left me all over there by herself. She's now a platinum. Thank you very much.
Feel like this is the shit that corporate should be teaching as opposed to
yes. And I'm pushing really hard to get them to do that. I'm not sure why, but I have been training on this for 6 months.
But this is very special. Most people don't know this. So the fact that you're doing this and you're practicing this, most people do not.
There's a reason why I've been a leader in action 2 years in a row, like top achiever, leader in action 2 years in a row. Why I win the cruise contest, why I win the derbies, why I win #1 President's Quest.
Most important, my love, because why you rank advance your people through this. I mean, that's the whole thing. You have a solid organization because they're cycling, they're getting paid, they're excited, they're having fun. I have people that are with me 4 years and they can't get past 10 cycles and they don't understand why. And I don't understand why, because they enroll. And
I just told you how to fix it.
Okay, so can I do a demonstration before I go out there and teach my team? I'm going to pretend that you are my friend Lana, okay? So I'm going to say, hey, Lana, thank you so much for getting on the call with me. So I have to tell you, with this reset, I know you hit 1-star silver circle, and I'm super excited because I think through this reset, girl, you have got a lot of volume. I just want to show you what 167,000 VV looks like. So let me whip out my calculator. 167,000 VV divide 300.
600. That's her 600 side.
That's 600. Okay, so 167,000 divided by 600 times 54. You have $15,000 just sitting there, okay? So I'm here today to show you how not only are you going to get to executive, but you're going to cash in on that $15,000. So I want to comb through your back office with you. So, okay, this person hasn't shared, and she's a PC. Girl, she is ordering every month for 2 months. That's 360 points that she's going to lose.
And that's one cycle. Bring out the money so that they remember, like, what you're doing is basically that person has lost a cycle now because of you. You know?
This woman has been ordering for almost a year. Girl, 200 cycles times 12 months. This woman's probably lost about $2,000 because she never put in her social. Please go back, and I want to see everyone on your team as an associate, because when they collect volume, they get excited, they're getting paid. So let's talk about Jean, okay? When we look at Jean, here, Jean has enrolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, okay? So let's look at some of
Okay, stop, because we didn't talk about this.
Okay.
But this is where I would say, what if we get Jean to director? And well, now see, she has a bunch of PCs too, but just casting the vision, because you didn't know what you didn't know, Angela, but like, this is where I would be casting the vision for her to get Jean to director and get Jean paid $1,500, because Jean has 6 active people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6-ish, but she could reactivate someone else if she was getting them paid, or maybe she has someone brand new she's going to enroll. And I would say, do you think Jean would want to get to director for $1,500? Like, let's make this happen for her. We have like 6 weeks to get her to director. Let's do this, you know?
Yes. So then I would click on these people and see who's got a plus next to their name. And now if nobody has a plus next to their name, we're just talking to her about how we can help Jean get to director and find 2 friends for these people. Okay, so let's say this guy, Michael Altman, has been ordering since 2016. So I would go into his account and I would say, look, Michael Altman has 12,000 points sitting there. That's approximately that's about $2,000. That's about $2,000 that Michael Altman has that he can be benefiting if he just finds one on the left, one on the right. It can literally be his wife and his best friend. So David is ordering just recently. This person's been ordering since November. So we look over here. That's 3 cycles. Can we?
Okay, but I don't typically. Let me just alter this a little bit, because I don't typically go by their team, like, because you want them to actually pay out. So like in the case of David, who we were just looking at, I would say David would get. David would get 1 cycle, he'd get $54. But what you're doing is you're opening the door for him. He orders every single month. He just needs 2 people. He'll get a $50 consultant bonus. Like, oh, here's the other thing I say. I say, what did David sign up with? Okay, so let's let's say David signed up with a Pacesetter pack, okay?
Yes.
So I say, David, if you tell David, if he just gets 2 people, it can be anybody, his wife, his best friend, his sister, his mom, his dad. If he just gets 2 people with a Pacesetter pack, he gets $150. No, let's see. He gets $250 a pack bonus. He gets a $50 bonus from Isagenix, and he'll get a $54 cycle. So would David be interested in $354? Because we can get that paid out to him like next week. So this is how we're going to help David get his next month of product free. David basically has $354 that we can help him get, and that pays for his next month. David's going to be super happy if we help him get paid for his next month. Does that make sense?
Got it. So
I don't talk about the team leg because they're not really going to get cashed out on that because they don't have anything unless they have a lot of banked stored volume, personal volume. Okay. They're not really going to get hit out. So I focus on what they're actually going to make. So David did have 1 cycle banked. He did. But I don't really talk about the team leg as much.
Okay, so let me try again. Okay, so Lana, we're going to really work hard to get you to executive, right? So here's your consultant, Inga. How can we help Inga get to Crystal Director? So let's look at Inga. Inga was a manager, so she can totally get $1,500 for hitting Crystal Director. So here is Inga's account. Inga has, so how do I explain this? Inga basically has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who are active, right? So now I click on these 5 and I say, okay, look, Michael has been a product user since April. Michael has 2 cycles sitting there. Can we help him find 1 more person? If we help Michael find 1 more person, he's going to get, no, he needs 2 people. So that would be $200.
And I always say, what pack did Michael sign up with? Okay, let's get him. And you don't have to do this with every single person because like after a few, they'll start to get the idea. But I would do several. Well, actually, there's only 6 people here. I would do all 6. But here's the thing, like you're going to task Amber. This is still Amber's people, right?
This is Lana. This is someone else.
Okay. So you're going to task her. You're going to lay this out for her. Tell her to get out a piece of paper, take notes. You're going to lay this out for her. Then it's going to be her job to call these people and make this happen. Not your job. Don't take any responsibility for this. You're simply casting the vision and you're telling them the steps to get it done. You're not going to do it with them. You're not going to do 3-way calls. You're going to let them do 3-way calls and you're going to tell them what to do. You're just telling them what to do. But then again, then after you're done with this and you say, all right, let's say that, I don't remember anyone's name, but let's say that you created 2 directors during this promo and you rank advanced to executive yourself. Where do you think your cycles would be? And if they're like, well, that person's on my cycle, so that would I'd probably be 10, 15 cycles a week. And then I would get the $5,000 in the reset. I'd just be like, would that be of interest to you? To increase your income with Isagenix by $2,000 a month, would that be of interest to you? And then some of these people, you should have them running and gunning for the 2-star event. I have about 20 people on my team who are gunning for the 2-star event. So cast that vision and be like, plus, if you do this and you hit 2-star and executive during this time period till June 3rd, you're going to get a full, all expenses paid trip to Arizona. They're going to wine and dine you like crazy. They gave everyone a ton of swag. They are going to literally give you a white glove tour through Isagenix. You're going to meet Jim and Kathy Coover and the Travises, and they are going to spoil you rotten. Would you like an all expenses paid trip to the 2-star event? You need to hit 2-star twice during this. So this is only for people who are at about, 8, 9 cycles. You could totally get them to 2-star. So 8, 9 cycles, but you're casting that vision and you're saying, look, if you're getting all these people paid, yes, and you're helping all these people rank advance, that's what's going to happen for you. You're going to get the crystal reset. You're going to get your cycles doubled or tripled. you're going to get 2-star event where they're going to wine and dine you like crazy.
Yeah.
So, but like, I'm not kidding you, Angela, this conversation, it takes so much time. And
Yeah.
you really are going to have to schedule like hour blocks with all of your leaders. And you're going to have to give them the step by step and maybe help them even figure out how much BV every person has banked and who exactly they have to switch to associate, because they're not being good. They're not being good informers. They're not being good messengers. They're letting people screw up their accounts. Yeah. And you're going to go through and you're going to make sure they understand what to do. And then they're either going to do it or they're not. But they don't know what they don't know. So you have to be the one to tell them. And if you can get, let's just do ballpark. Let's say you have 25 conversations. You spend 25 hours having these hour-long conversations with everyone. Let's say only 5 people, really the light bulb goes off. They're like, that's it. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna start cycling 30 times a week because I'm gonna grow my team. And let's say just 5 people do that. What would that do for your cycles? So even if you only get like a 10% group who decides to go for this and who gets it and the light bulbs turn on. And, one of the things I do is I say, okay, listen, you have 2 pages here of people that you've enrolled, 2 whole pages of people that you've enrolled. Just imagine with me for a moment, if we got every single one of those people paid one time, because Eric Worre says if you get someone paid one time, you'll retain them for a year. So let's pretend that we did it all right the first time and that we got every single person paid. What do you think your cycles would be at right now if we had done it the right way to begin with?
Right.
And cast the vision for what could have been. And cast the vision for why they want to change the way they're doing business. They're not serving their customer. They're not getting their customer paid, not even a little bit. And Eric Worre says all they need is $1. So you get your person paid one time, they'll do one of 2 things. That was either great, they'll follow out a consultant, or they'll be like, oh, that was kind of nice. What's the next step? And then it's your person's job to give them the next step. So in that training call that I sent you from Spokane with Jessica Romney, that's what I did with her. I gave her as the example. She was not interested in network marketing. She was not interested in doing the business. She hated network marketers and network marketing. She thought it was weird. She would roll her eyes at me. She hated it. I got her paid $700 one time, and guess what? She liked it. And she even admits in the training that she didn't really need the money, but she was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then she enrolled like 5 or 6 people. So she had some people to coach. And then she enrolled 5 or 6 more. She had 10 people. And I reached out to her. I said, Jessica, like, you could be an executive and you could get an additional $5,000 every month in the bonus pools.
Do your
How does
people
that
have a hard time finding 2 people?
No.
No, it's just any random friend and a husband. It's that
honestly,
simple.
Angela, if you really want, like I was telling you, I did this earlier. I was telling you earlier today that I, for my one lady who had $1,300 banked, she enrolled her 2 college daughters with 100 BV each and just got paid. Now look, she's not still one of my consultants. She's not.
Yeah.
I don't care. I helped her out. I made her $1,300. I served her as my client. And you know what? I probably did that during some promotion where I got an additional bonus for rank advancing to executive. But the point is, for every person who doesn't do it, there'll be a person who does do it and who stays consultant, stays paid as because they kind of like the income, or who maybe shares with 4 or 5 more people because they enjoy the income and they kind of like start to catch the vision a little bit. But if you're not getting them paid that one time, you're screwed. Yeah. And so like just statistically, let me just walk you through some statistics. I've enrolled about 300 people, maybe 320 or something like that. I have created out of that probably close to 60 consultants. And out of that 60 consultants, I have about 40 people who are still, like 40-ish, like probably closer to 25, 30, who are like actively building businesses. There's people who fall in and out of consultant status. There's probably like 10 of those that fall in and out. But there's 25 who are like solid business builders who get paid every single month. And they're not going. they're not going anywhere. And then I have, out of that 25, I probably have 10 personally enrolled people who make over $2,000 a month, and they're not going anywhere. So, but I've taught this duplication in my organization. And if there's someone who I know that a leader is not going to reach out to, like let's say you have like a total deadbeat, they're not doing anything, but you see somewhere down in your 4PET who's like ringing the bell, like all the time, they're enrolling people, they're excited, they're fired up, they're on all the calls. I do personally reach down to them. So Kelly and Ryan Egan, who I did the call with yesterday, they're in my 4PET. They got no one. They're like on an inside leg. I reached down to them and I taught them how to do this, and I taught them how to build so that they could actually cycle consistently. And they are 3 stars now, and they have 2, almost 3 executives on their team, and they're like on an inside leg. And so, but I taught them because they wanted it and because they were hungry. And it's not that I do look for opportunities in my organization, but you've got to go back and kind of do how your whole organization is doing things. There's a huge gap between people not becoming associates and people not creating consultants. It's just a huge gap. And the other thing you can do is throw out a promo, like, whoever creates the most consultants is going to get a special dinner with me, or whatever. Like at Celebration, we'll have a special dinner for everyone, and it's going to be super nice, totally nicest restaurant, whatever you want it to be. But everyone who hits this or whatever I am doing an executive dinner at Celebration, so all the people who are running for this promo are also going to get a special recognition at Celebration for trying to run for it. So anything you can do to layer on the incentives and to get them excited and to really cast the vision for accomplishing that. Like, I really hope to rank advance at least 10 executives in my whole organization, not just me personally, but like my whole organization from this reset. I have probably more people than that who said they're going for it, but how it is statistically. I probably have 30 people who said they're going for it, so I'll probably get about 10 who will actually hit it. But
going for it, do you put out a call to action? Do you say, okay, who wants this, and you ask people to raise their hand, or are you just
I do that stuff, but I also ask my leaders to ask their people. Like, I feel like you take too much responsibility. Instead of here's the vibe I'm kind of getting. I kind of feel like everyone looks to Angela to do it for them, kind of. And it's how it's like, teach a man to fish and he'll feed himself forever, but if you're doing the fishing for him, he'll like never do it. I kind of feel like that's where you're at. You haven't taught your people how to do it for themselves. And it is going to take, like I said, it's going to take a lot of hours for you to go through everyone's back office with them, show them, cast the vision, get them excited about the potential, maybe tweak, maybe kind of dig the knife in a little bit about the mistakes that were made, because we have to learn from our mistakes. We have to make it uncomfortable so that they don't want to do it again. Yes. And just help them realize what they could have done, what life would look like right now if they had done it the right way the first time. And so this is why we're changing things. This is why, I learned something new, and I'm here to pass it along to you. And together we're all going to have so much more success. And I'm so excited because we are going to change the face of our organization. We are going to get people paid, and we are going to duplicate this process so that there are so many more people getting paid in our organization. And we are literally going to double and triple our cycles, all of us, because when everyone gets paid, all the BV rolls up. And that's what we're going to do in this organization. And my vision for that is that we're going to create 20 new executives with this reset, because look at all these people who are just sitting here with banked volume. And we're gonna make this happen. And so you're casting that vision for every single person, but then you're tasking them to do it. And you know what, Angela, if they don't do it, they don't do it. But if you're teaching them and casting that vision, that's all you can do. You can't work everyone's business for them, and you shouldn't. But you have to give them the action steps, super detailed, especially because this is the first time you're really doing this. So give everyone action steps for who to rank advance, So I'm even going so far as to being like, oh, look, so-and-so has 4 people enrolled. Like, you should get her to manager. It's $500. Like, do you think she would like $500? Like, she could totally get to manager. And I'm literally telling them who they should rank advance and how they can get there themselves. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm looking like, I'll go down my team. I'll go through all my consultants again, and I will just start from each and every one, whether they're doing something, whether they're in it, whether they're not. Just start looking at their organization and say something like, Christine, my gosh, you have, $4,000 sitting there. You hit Christine.
Scroll down so I can see who she's got in her organization. So Christine, has she ever been a manager before?
Yes, she hit manager and that was it.
Okay. So again, Christine has these 2 associates and she's already hit manager. So she's kind of screwed with the promo. Yeah. And she doesn't have any active people to work with. But it doesn't mean you can't have the conversation with her.
I can have a call with her and I can say, when you put people in, make sure you put them in as PC. This way, somebody like Dawn will collect the volume from her order. Maybe that would keep these people inclined to stay ordering more. And I can also say, if you find another 4 more and we get Jose back to consultant and we help these guys find 2 friends, there's $1,500 on the table. So even just to have that talk, I'm going to have it with everyone, not just.
Well, and even just to say, look, how many people did Christine enroll? Go back to her for a second.
Not very many. So here's my friend Dom, right? He has 132,000 banked. He's just he hit director. I would really like him to get to executive. He's enrolled a bunch of people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So,
but look, he's completely stacked on his left. He'll never make it to executive because he didn't build his right.
You see, this is the shit people do, because I did tell him, go left, go right, go left, go right, because you need 5 on the left and 5 on the right.
Okay, but still cast this vision, okay? Yeah. So you still say, hey, look, I'm checking everyone's back office because I really want to help you guys get to the next level. But what I'm seeing is that you kind of shot yourself in the foot for getting to executive because you have, you've enrolled everyone on your left side. But let me explain to you what we're going to do here. First of all, let's just say with this promo, we're gonna have all your people share with 2 people so that they can be happy and so that we can get them paid. First of all, what will that do to your cycles? Well, since most of the people are on his left, he'll do great with his cycles. But then just say, hey, look, the other thing I think we need to do for you is that we need to build up your right side, because you know where the big money is? The big money, Dom, is in the executive pools. And I want you to get that money. And so, Dom, do you think you could can you see down here if he has anyone else on his right besides Christian? Okay, so we're gonna say, Dom, what if you did a little sprint to get 5 people on your right who all shared with 2 people so that you can get this executive bonus A, B, you can get paid in the executive pools. Because your left side is strong here, you're strong, but you're missing a huge part of our opportunity when you're not an executive. When you're an executive, you get paid executive match. You get the executive bonus pools, which is an additional $5,000 a month. It's an additional $5,000 a month. Here's another thing that I do, Angela. When I'm on this call, what's that?
Here's his wife real quick. At the very least, she can hit Crystal Manager.
Yeah.
And that's $500 right there.
Yeah.
Brian's already had one. We just need one more person to go active. And we just need either Jacqueline or Nicole to find 2. And then Lynn would get $500. And that would roll up to them because it's on her left.
Yeah. So here's the other thing that I say. If it makes sense, I have them look at their director report. I have them log in. I have them look at their director report, and I have them tell me what they would have made in the director pools or the executive pools if they had been active the month before. Now, I don't know what that would look like in a case like Dom's because he stacks his legs, but If they're building and they're actively excited, typically it's between 500 to 2,500 bucks or 500 to 5,000 bucks.
Yeah.
And so I cast that vision and I say, because you weren't a director or executive last month, you missed out on 1,000 bucks. Would that have helped you last month?
Yeah.
So let's get you to director. So I actually have them look and I have them tell me what their growth was last month. And I have them I tell them what they would have gotten in the pools had they been in the pools.
Yeah. Did your dog ever like shit all over the floor and then you got stuck cleaning it all up? That's what I feel like right now. Like I need to put on the rubber gloves. I need to clean this mess. What a mess.
It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. But here's what I want to encourage you with. First of all, I really want to encourage you to do this. I know it's going to be brutal, and I know it's going to be a lot of
doing it. Like as soon as we hang up, I'm doing it.
But the other thing I want you to do is I want you to be more cognizant of what's happening in the future. And I want you to be checking people's back offices more often. And I want you to make sure that they're making people associates so that they even have a conversation about banked volume. So if you're gonna have to, I don't want you doing people's business for them. I don't want you creating consultants for people, but I want you to get them set up so that they can even have conversations. So for a little while, when your ISA post goes off, so one of the things that we do is instead of, one of my people says they enroll their person and then they teach their person how to log in and they say, to complete the enrollment process, you need to go become an associate. That's what's going to get your box to you. Go complete the associate. They'll fill that out. And you know what? Because that way no one screws it up, right? That way no one forgets. No one doesn't do it. And yes, it starts the crystal dates, but honest to goodness, how many people run for those? Not very many. And so, I don't care, honestly. All they're missing out on is like 2,000 bucks. Like I can make them 2,000 bucks in a drop of a hat in the executive pool. So I don't care, honestly. So I'm just like, you know what? Get them an associate so you can have a conversation with them about banked volume. That's the most important thing, because if you can cast that, what's that?
Why is this a conversation that corporate is not having?
Because it just happened. They just did this. They just changed it in last March. They're not really seeing the impact of it yet. They're not like.
I can talk to like Doug and just say.
You tell Doug I would love to train my butt off on it. I would love it.
Yeah,
but
this is the kind of training that people need. I mean, Adam.
For sure, anyone who's an executive or above.
I don't need to know my why. I know my why. I know how to get to it. I've watched the Angelique video. I know my why. I want to learn how to get my people paid. And I think people don't understand the numbers and feel overwhelmed by it. And when you see these monthly data and these reports, there has to be a simple way just to look in your back office and say, girl, you've been ordering for 3 months. You have 900 cycles sitting there. That's quite possibly $150. Let's put hubby over here and split your order. Let's find one more girlfriend or homeless person off the street and let's get you some money back so you can get your products paid for. But these are the important conversations that help retention, not the IsaBody. I mean, IsaBody is wonderful, but I want to get my stuff for free. And it's very surprising that this is the stuff that especially platinums are not being taught, because this is the type of stuff that we should be teaching our entire
I'm ready to teach everybody. I've been seriously training on this for months.
Yeah.
Because I saw the gap. And honestly, Angela, like my enrolling sponsor didn't do anything. So I had to create BV from someplace else. And the way that I did it was by creating consultants and teaching people how to get paid, and by teaching my people to do the same, by duplicating that process.
We are creating consultants is quite differently. We're like, when you have results, if you know, and it's way overcomplicated, where you're like, dude, sign your mom up on one side, sign grandpa up on the other, and let's just get you your products paid for. You'll collect the volume, you'll cycle, it'll be one step closer to getting you to manager. It's a lot more simple.
Did I send you the the Zoom I did for, or not the Zoom, the live I did for the Rock and Roll to Executive on creating
I
consultants?
did not see that. I saw the Spokane event and I saw the Ryan, the Egan's video.
I'm going to send you 2 more videos that I really think you should watch, and you can post all of them in your pages and start tagging your leaders, and then start making your phone calls, your appointments, and your phone calls. But there's 2 more that I'm going to send to you.
Do you have trainings on this specifically? How you do like a faux back office and you literally go through person by person?
No, I did one, this is the one I'm going to send you. I did one training for Tanya for her fast track, and I'm going to send you that one. I did pretty much walk through it. And then I'm going to send you, and then I did the one in Spokane, which I feel like the one in Spokane was also pretty clear, I thought.
But not as detailed as this. Definitely not as detailed as this. That was more like, not being weird, making consultants, growing your organization, looking at, but you didn't go into details with the reports and talk about the stakes. There's very big, people are losing a lot. That girl Bree has been ordering for years, Lindsay, and I had no idea that she was still a PC.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this to Doug. I hope I didn't say anything sassy on here.
Yeah, you can. You're welcome to.
Why don't we?
Well, you just express concern that they're not training yet, which I think is valid.
Why don't we do this training for our people in the Rapid Reset group?
Okay, but see, so actually, you know what? Okay, Angela. I am actually doing this training. I'm doing a call. It's a Super Saturday on March 24th, and I am training this on the call.
Okay.
Here's the problem. You can't show people's back offices because it's all private information. So that's the main problem. Like, that's why this has to be done one-on-one with you working with your person going through the back office. But I am going to do it as much as humanly possible and explain it as much as humanly possible on that Super Saturday. It's going to be live into Facebook, into Isagenix Business. It is.
Good. Yeah, I think this is the stuff that we have to teach people and people have to know. And I would be.
Well, especially, okay, I'm going to challenge you to do one other thing. I want you to go back and listen to the training that I did in Spokane, because I feel like it'll land a lot differently now that we've had this conversation. I feel like it'll be a lot more clear to you. And then I want you to listen to these other 2 calls, and they're very similar. And then I am planning on training this on March 24th, and I'll send you the graphic for that, and you can start promoting it in your team page.
Okay, I will absolutely do that. All right.
And telling people they need to get on the call. And you know what? Like, some of the other speakers are, what's that?
I said I got to put on my rubber gloves and start cleaning house.
Yeah, and you know what? And you're just gonna change the way you do business. That's all.
Yeah, nothing is irreversible. We all came in leading with the 9-day. And that's changed a lot. And, look at the team now. So I think it's just a matter of educating them, going through each individual and just, nice and slow.